Welcome to our last chapter in CRJ 151. This week we're looking at Chapter 16, which explores legalization, decriminalization, and harm reduction. And so one of the first questions when you look at this chapter that you have to ask yourself is, will a more radical drug control policy work? And so are things such as legalization, decriminalization, or programs of harm reduction something that we need to be looking at? So the objective of this chapter really is to use what you've learned so far about drug use and then apply it to an educated guess about what will happen under a program of substantially relaxed, tolerant, less punitive, and more depenalized drug control. So when we look at legalization, that really represents a program under which currently illegal drugs would be controlled by the state or federal government under a system that's similar to that of the control of distribution of alcohol and tobacco. Now, full decriminalization is a laissez-faire system where the government has no role in drug control. The state allows anyone above a certain age to distribute any psychoactive substance whatsoever in any quantity whatsoever. Now, the usual controls on driving under the influence and so on would still apply, but it's a strictly hands-off policy. Now, if you look at partial decriminalization, that currently applies to certain states that have small quantity marijuana possession. I think it's like 13 states now. It's a much more limited and partial program. Now, harm reduction, which applies in some countries of Western Europe, such as Switzerland and the Netherlands, for instance, is a program that's aimed at not at reducing drug use, but reducing harm. And so it's whatever works is its motto. Now, drug use, and almost certainly the medical harms from drug use, would substantially rise under both legalization and full criminalization. Neither really seems, at least to the author, to be a viable program of drug reform. However, a program of harm reduction does seem as a possible way of reforming drug control without increasing the harm that almost inevitably accompanies the heavy, compulsive use of dangerous psychoactive substances. So what you have to consider is, knowing what you know now about drugs, what is the best approach for us to take here in protecting people against the dangers of drugs and helping to control it at the same time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this course, and hopefully I'll see you next semester.